Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. First, I'd like to thank all my subscribers. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Hopefully you'll find the information informative or educational. If you don't mind doing me a favor, just share the information with somebody else that might be able to use it. So with that said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You'll see the link here to my right, your left. Just go ahead and just subscribe. It's free of cost to do that. This is going to be a two-part video. I don't want to keep it too long. So this video today is on the top 20 overseas assignments for the federal government. I personally think it's the best kept secret in the federal government, and it's a great opportunity for everyone else to be aware that there are overseas assignments that are beneficial to you. Without further ado, let's get into this. So the first thing is number one. Number one is going to be, in order for you to take an overseas assignment, you have to basically be at GS9 level and above to acquire this position. You can acquire a federal position while you're living overseas as a spouse or dependent, things of that nature. But if you're coming from the United States, which is a key, you got to be at minimum as a GS9 coming from the United States in order to be eligible for certain benefits. Okay, number two, once you go through the hiring process, you've been accepted. Depending on the country, you may require some type of visa, some may not. But you definitely would need some type of authorization to be in that country. But the government will help you with that. So number two, we're going to get into basically how when you're selected, the government is going to ship you and your family, your immediate family. So if you're married, you have kids, the cost for you to go overseas will be paid for by the government. So they're going to fly you and your immediate dependents at their cost to that destination. Moving on to number three. Number three is they'll also have a contract company come in and they're going to pack your household goods up. So they're going to pack all your furniture. You're basically going to put maybe some clothes and things, shoes and things that you need that you're going to put in the suitcase. It's going to kind of sustain you for about 45, 60 days. And the rest of the stuff, you don't have to move anything, don't have to touch anything. They're going to come out, disassemble, they're going to pack it, storage, inventory it, and you're going to get that out of there. Now, number four is going to be the shipment of one vehicle. Now, keeping in mind, you're going to have to take this vehicle to the port, the closest port from your place of origin. They will not ship it unless they have less than a quarter tank of gas. Any personal belongings, items that you know you're going to need, take it out of the vehicle, ship it with you. Make sure that you take photos, you inventory it, give them one key, and it's going to show up in about 45, 60 days to wherever you're going. I forgot to mention, when you are shipping your household goods in your vehicle, you cannot ship any weapons. Some positions within the federal government, unless you're in law enforcement, 9 out of 10, if you ship a weapon, you're caught with it, there's a potential that you could either be reprimanded, you could potentially lose your job. They could reprimand you and have it shipped back to the place of origin to somebody who can maintain it for you. The government will not store it for you. I can guarantee you that. All right, number five, we're going to go into temporary storage. So if you have a lot of household goods and you only want to ship certain things and you don't have a place to store your stuff, the government will contract for you to house that property or a vehicle. And basically they're going to pay it every month up to the first 2 years, and we'll get into that. We'll get into how we can extend that. Number six is going to be about your lodging accommodations. So now that you've packed out your house and you have no furniture to stay on, the government is going to put you up in some type of hotel prior to your departure for 10 days. During that 10-day time frame prior to your departure, they're also going to pay for your meals. So your hotel is going to be covered. Your breakfast, lunch, and dinner is going to be covered. They're going to cover any costs of laundry, things of that nature. So I think that's excellent. All right, we're going to jump into lodging again, but this is number 8. This is lodging when you arrive at the country that you have been accepted to go. they already know that you're going to have to look for housing, and we'll get into that in another part of this segment. However, while you're staying in country, they're going to put you up for 30 to 45 days. They're also going to continue to pay for your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner for you and your family. Maintain receipts. Anything above $75 will be questionable. All right. But you maintain your receipts for things of purchase, meals, laundry, things of that nature. Once you have been covered for that period of time, then you will slowly transition to another segment, which will be housing. We'll get into that shortly. Next best thing, and a couple best things here, will be number 8. Number 8, as you're doing your in-processing or your onboarding, as we'll call it in the federal government, basically you'll be filling out your I-4, your information for your family, demographics, all these different things. So once you've completed all of that, the one nice thing that they do for you is they give you an opportunity to get a loan. And this is a simple interest loan. Basically, you can get as much as you like based on limitations, of course, rank, structure, and things of that nature. So you can technically, for example, get a $10,000 loan. You have 26 payments to pay it back. The government pays twice a month. So you know that will be split into 26 payments. And whatever you take, you can use some of that money to kind of help you get settled where you are, pay off some additional debt, things that you need to do to kind of get your feet wet overseas. Now we're going to jump into number 9. Number 9, in my opinion, is one of the best kept secrets in the federal government. This is called living quarters allowance. This is known in the workplace as LQA, living quarters allowance. Couple of things about the living quarter announcement. It is based off your grade. So if, for example, if you are a GS9 single, your GS9 could be anywhere between $40,000 and $41,000 that's added on top of your salary to afford you the opportunity to pay for housing and your utilities. Of course, rank has a little bit more structure, or if you have a family members to accommodate, they'll pay you a little bit more. This money is to be utilized for you to basically get a housing, whether it be an apartment, a house, whatever you want. So you take, it would be best to say, so let's use the GS9. GS9 overseas pay is probably, let's say about $60,000. I use that as a general number. So let's add about $40,000, $41,000 on top of that. If you take the $40,000 and you basically divide that by 12 months, that's a little bit over $3,000. Let's say $3,400 and change. That $3,400, that's your range of how you're going to live. So as long as you think you can live within that, they give it to you, you pay the landlord, okay, or the owner of the property. This is non-taxable income. I say again, this is non-taxable income. This is for housing purposes, and this is to offset the difference between the price of your location to the location where you are. So they're basically paying you, you pay the landlord. Some location gives you a flat rate. Some locations reconcile at the end of that year. So to kind of gauge it, rough estimate, what do you think is going to cost to heat your location or air condition, water, and all these other factors. When we say reconcile, if you utilize less than you anticipate, then you owe the government because they already paid you. If you're over the cost for heating and things of that, and your utilities, water, and so forth, then the government will make that difference and pay you for it. Hopefully that makes sense. If you had any additional questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments down below. Now, number 10, this will be the last portion of this video before I move on to number 11. This will be the second part because I don't want to make the video too lengthy for you. So number 10 is going to be your housing office. So once you are settled in, you've already met your co-workers and you kind of get settled in, trying to figure out your way around. Excuse me. One of the places they're going to show you is your housing office here. That housing office is going to assign you someone. What they're going to do is they're going to show you what websites they have to show you what housing has been contracted with the government. When I say contracted, that means that they went through an approval process. The homes that they're renting out to the federal government employees are approved. They're say safe based on your fire and safety standards, and they had to go through this process in order to make it eligible to be rented out. So they will take you out, they'll show you the location. If you like it, you accept it, that representative is going to be taking you down to assist you in getting your light and your water and things like that set up. Sometimes the landlord may cover the water, sometimes they may cover trash. They may include maintenance such as cutting your lawn for you, things of that nature. They'll have someone come in and do any repairs, or they'll do them themselves. Either way, that transportation representative is going to be the one to assist you in everything housing. So that brings us to the end of this segment. Like I said, I didn't want to make it too long. This will be part one of a two-part video on the top 20 things or benefits in my mind that is the best kept secret in the federal government. Hope you found this video informative. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please click that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.